Hi, Samantha Payne here to talk about my reflection and revisions and rationale as far as my unit went for assignment 4 of AEP 867 at Fort Hays State University. So just a unit recap here. So I was teaching about balancing a checkbook. That was my overall goal, competency or skill that I wanted the students to accomplish. And so I'm going to take that slide from that original PowerPoint that I did for assignment 4 and just kind of explain a little further, a little bit of my recap and revisions that I'd make throughout. So I've highlighted the places that I'd really revise. So on day 1, with the form breakdown, the only one that they were really familiar with was a check. And I think something that could have helped out was putting in a graphic organizer of some sort with each of those documents and arrows and lines pointing to the parts and what they do. And I think that could have alleviated some questions of like, what do I do here? How do I fix that? That sort of thing. And then on day 2, when I said I paired them up, so I paired them up like somebody that didn't quite balance or wasn't able to reconcile because they had the incorrect ending balance with somebody who did. I found that maybe wasn't the best place to go, best way to go. It worked for a little bit, but then I found some partners would like just say, oh, well, here, fix it, here it is, that sort of thing. So I think that I could have done better by pairing up a couple of people that got them, both parties got the incorrect answer, and then they could kind of compare notes and go from there. And then allow those kind of a third person to sit in, if you will, and help guide that conversation that got it correct. On day 3 is where it really kind of got a little crazy, because like I said in my first post on assignment 4 was my students didn't have experience with Excel, and so that was something that was a little bit threw me off a little, and so I had to take some time to teach the background of Excel, which was important to me because I truly believe Excel saves lives. Jokes aside, I really truly think the kids needed exposed to that software program. So in the future, I would probably do some pre-teaching before any of this begins about how to use Excel, maybe have another smaller project associated with it so that they had experience going into this project. And then the homework, so I had assigned 6 months of transactions between days 2 and 3, and some of the students got really off on their balancing. I mentioned that I gave like the first 2 or 3 months of ending balances that they should end up with, and I probably next time would just give the full 6 months. That way they aren't so off and they don't get super discouraged. They're still working towards finding that number, but they have a little bit more guidance. And because they are freshmen who have never seen this before, I'm more okay with doing it there, whereas I wouldn't probably do something like that in accounting. Day 4, I thought from here on out day 4 and 5 was better. My computer is freezing right now, so days 4 and 5 were better after I kind of worked through some of that stuff. Okay, brief pause, but I lost internet connection in between, and I've been having some network issues with my computer. More unplanned things. So the rationale, some answers to the questions that was asked. Do the tasks yield appropriate evidence of the identified understandings? And I believe that students don't have a personal experience with the checkbooks, therefore the experience had to be created for them. As far as what I'm saying there is my simulation, I had to create an experience for them to have that checkbook experience because so many of them didn't have checkbooks. If you recall, only 2 kids in my classes had checking accounts, and I don't know that they ever actually balanced their checkbooks or write checks, actually. The paper packet allowed for them to see where the numbers go, and that's really important to me even when I teach accounting, is I really make sure to teach paper first, purely for the fact that, yes, I know a computer software will do this for them, but I want them to physically see where the numbers come from and how the formulas are calculated and crunch the numbers and that sort of thing. I think it helps build some prior knowledge before putting it into a computer system. Excel, many people are using spreadsheet applications to track those expenses and budget, and so that was just another experience that I thought they needed. And then the simulation, that's a small piece of a bigger puzzle. There's 16, 17 lessons that students go through, including checkbooks, paying your taxes, getting a job, buying a car, getting a house loan, investing, those sorts of things. So this was a small piece to a big puzzle because their final is they essentially have to run a person's life and build their net worth. And so I wanted to make sure that they had that experience, and I thought that fit well in with what we were teaching. Do they involve complex real-world application? Yes, they leave my class and they start to get jobs of their own, and proper money management skills are very important to me and for them to have, and it's an essential life skill. So it was definitely something that provided a real-world experience for the students. Are a variety of appropriate assessments formats used to provide additional evidence of learning. So the guided step-by-step practice allowed for questions to be asked and answered throughout day one, but like I said before, I think the addition of a graphic organizer may have alleviated the question of, you know, what goes here, miss? So I think that could have alleviated some of those questions and made room for some deeper learning. The paper, digital, and simulation provided different scenarios and different looks at balancing a checkbook. And so it just kind of hit a few different learners within my classroom. Are students given the opportunity to self-assess and reflect upon their learning? And so that's something that I felt like I was lacking after doing this unit and then reading in the assignment that question. So next time I do feel like adding an evaluation component might be helpful, where students can write a response or record a video like I've been doing, detailing how the skill could impact them in real life and include how the simulation may make them feel if they were unable to reconcile their statements. So those ones that had those issues, like how did it make you feel? What do you wish you would have done better? Or what did you learn from that experience? Because a lot of the times it was students transposing a couple of numbers. And so just attention to detail there. And here are my references for ISTE. So I hope you enjoyed listening. It was a little bit longer than I was hoping it would be. So have a great day.